What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pop. Shout out to my mother and my grandmother for helping raise me too. Please make sure you go follow at Emax Stats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. Will not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the beautiful, illustrious sports world. And what is a podcast without your brethren?
Shine Hard Izzo, man. Big brother Iron Man. Shine Hard Surgical Fix. Man, coming to a digital wallet near you.
Yo, it is the host with the most that blows the most smoke, Black Peace, the rap plug, the hip hop plug. You already know. Be sure to go check out Talking Smoke on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your dope podcast from. Be sure to go check that out. Let's go.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It is I, the one and only Sedacious Xavier Miles. And please go follow me at I am Sedacious. That's IAMSEDATAIOUS. Also, go check out coopb.com. Let's go, bro.
Hey, man, this is a great week for the podcast. Great week for us to be at full strength. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to get straight to it. The Super Bowl is here this week, and we are just going to start off straight to it. I'm going to start with you, Izzo. Granted that we probably already know what your pick is. Just give me your Super Bowl picks, and we're going to break it down and the X's and O's as the show progresses. Sean Izzo, who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
As I stated back in August, believe I picked Patrick Mahomes and the Mahomes to be back in it. And here we are, man. Either I'm Houdini or, but I got the Chiefs finishing the job, man. We'll get into those details later, but I got the Chiefs finishing the job.
Black Peace, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
The Kansas City Chiefs, sir.
The livest one, who you have winning the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes.
Edward, who do you have winning? I got the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl too. All right, so we all have Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, and those guys getting the job done. So there may not necessarily be confrontation of like who and how, and with nobody necessarily rooting for the 49ers. If expecting the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, Sean Hart Izzo, who is your projected Super Bowl MVP?
Patrick Mahomes, right? I just think it's going to be more of the same. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. So I don't think you'll get the bells and whistles in regards to like the fireworks from an offensive perspective. But I think what we will get is a great defensive showing, and I think you'll get Patrick Mahomes being great in spurts with a great game plan by Andy Reid. But I think the defense shows people on the grand stage that they're actually for real. And this will be Patrick Mahomes, right? Multiple way of beating you, right? He's beating you with the 5,000-yard passing season before, with the regular season MVP. Now he's about to display, hey, we leaned on our defense, the entire time. Let's show you exactly what we can do, when that's the strong point of our team and it's not necessarily offensive, for us in regards to what we want to do. But Patrick Mahomes, let's not be mistaken, can do whatever he wants to do quite literally on a football field. So I'm thinking we get a Mahomes show.
Black Peace, your Super Bowl, your projected Super Bowl MVP.
I'm gonna go a little bit left field. I'm gonna say Isaiah Pacheco, man. I feel like the 49ers run defense may get exposed to the maximum. They already been exposed a little bit throughout the postseason, and I feel like Pacheco may be able to get 2 touchdowns, possibly. I don't want to say over 100. That's a bit much, but I will say over 80 yards. And I think he'll get around 4 catches, man. I think he's going to be very active. I think this is the year has been building up for him to kind of capitalize. I think, Patrick Mahomes is gonna be Patrick Mahomes, but I feel like Pacheco is gonna like just be that little X factor, just to be like, all right, 49ers were just too much for you. So there you go.
That's just who is your Super Bowl MVP?
I'm not gonna go too far left field, but I don't want to just sit up here and regurgitate Patrick Mahomes. So, honestly,
The truth
okay,
can be
in my
boring
heart of hearts,
sometimes.
for real, I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes. Of course, I feel like there's no way, but there is a case to be made, an argument to be made. Excuse me,
Travis
for Travis
Kelce,
Kelce.
because Taylor Swift, you slide dog, you.
I say Travis Kelce. I say he could possibly be the X factor, especially with them being torn down by Isaiah Pacheco's aggressive running, and then him being able to slip behind the linebackers, because that's just what he do. He just find the soft spot and just sit there. It's really like he don't really run routes. It's like he looks at the defense to figure out where I'm going to run my route, with the options that they give him versus you get a specific route every play. That's just how I look at it, because playmakers get to make those decisions. You know what I'm saying? They get that trust from the organization. So I see the defense trying to get after Patrick Mahomes, but with him being slippery, pause, and being able to throw the ball and get the ball anywhere you want, can throw back over his body, you know what I'm saying, can throw jumping off both his feet and still get it 40 yards down. So stuff like that, with Travis Kelce being on the other end of those targets, he can easily get it. But then again, who's throwing him the ball and who's spectacular? It's Patrick.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, if Travis Kelce ends up going for 3 touchdowns or something crazy like that, what does that mean for Mahomes, right? Did he throw 4 or 5? You know what I mean? So I definitely get where you're coming from with that. But I see the Taylor Swift element. Like, if he does go out there and ball, man, it's
I
going to be
predict
tough.
a touchdown by Travis Kelce. To piggyback
I
off your, if he were to do MVP, it will take him making a passing touchdown. That's my vote. That's my vote. If he were to be MVP, that's what it's gonna take, because Patrick Mahomes is gonna be that guy passing him the ball. If he were to get 3 touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes would be getting a little bit more credit. Not more credit, but I mean,
I
it's
think
Patrick Mahomes.
I think I think it depends a little bit too on how the script plays out. If this is a game-winning drive and Kelce scores the final 2 or makes the final 2 touchdown catches for them to come back and win the game, maybe there's an argument there. But then again, that's going to be a Patrick Mahomes led comeback, so it's going to be
like Santonio Holmes back when they played the Cardinals, in that Steelers Cardinals matchup for the Super Bowl, 10
right.
plus years ago. Yeah.
So yeah, I would pick Patrick Mahomes. I think the dangerousness and the greatness of Patrick Mahomes is arguably he hasn't even truly reached his prime yet. He may just now be starting to flirt with it. You consider how great he already is, and being still relatively young, not even really, just still young. But I would pick Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP. I think Andy Reid is going to ride out with the horse that he came in.
Whoa.
He's gonna ride it well, huh?
Whoa, now that
Yo.
was you didn't have to. You didn't have to answer that at all. No, you were flagrant. That's a TV timeout.
Well, I'm just playing.
Well,
Booth review.
He said booth review.
Right.
This came
Moving
from
along,
upstairs.
fellas.
Oh,
This came
man.
from all the way upstairs.
Oh man, they had to
This
call.
came from New York.
They had to call the referee center.
Yeah, that one came from New York.
Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid is going to put the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hand in order to win this game. This is what I believe. This is why I believe the Chiefs are going to win this game. I think coming into the Super Bowl game, Kyle Shanahan, though I've grown to have an immense amount of respect for his play calling and view him as an elite play caller in the league, I feel like in this particular scenario, Kyle Shanahan is going to come into this game playing extremely conservative, trying not to necessarily playing as Cam Newton would call Brock Purdy, playing a highly game manageable type situation. I'm talking about trying to hand it off to McCaffrey for if not 25 plus times, Deebo Samuel throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to forcing Brock Purdy to kind of move the chains and push the ball up the field in an effort to like, hey, Brock Purdy, just don't mess it up. Hey, just don't turn it over. And I feel like as a result of Kyle Shanahan coming into the game, trying to play conservative, they're going to find themselves down pretty early. And that's going to force him to have to put Brock Purdy in situations where he has to force the ball down the field. And as we talked about how elite the Chiefs defense has been, I don't see this Chiefs defense overcoming being on the road against Josh Allen, then containing the two-time, soon-to-be two-time NFL MVP on Lamar Jackson, and then crumbling and falling to Brock Purdy. I personally don't see that. And so
Yeah, if it was any indication, what way that Chiefs defense was trending, I definitely think, throughout the duration of these last few weeks, I think we've seen, the Chiefs flip a switch as an organization. So, like I said, man, you get Patrick Mahomes a defense, first time in his career. He's had like a top 10 defense, and man, good
What's the way
fucking luck.
though? How can they win? There's always a way to win, don't get me wrong, but like if they win, how do you think they'll be able to pull it off?
I think the defense has to like scheme up some of the most like beautiful
Disguises?
Won't be enough.
Like to like trap Mahomes, and at that point, I don't even like.
So it's basically stopping Mahomes. That's the way to win.
But see, there used to be a time. There used to be a time where, hey, let's stop Mahomes. But you got Pacheco now. Pacheco could, like, you just projected him to win the Super Bowl MVP. So it's not necessarily a stop Mahomes. It's just like.
Go zone, go too many DBs on the field, we're going to run the ball right at you. You give us man to man, I'm going to trust my guys to go make a play in the Super Bowl like you've been trusting them all playoffs to go make a play.
And listen,
way or chance of winning is what you're saying. That's what I'm asking. How can they win? What's their chances, or like what's the chance of them to be able to win? Like, so you're kind of saying they have no chance of winning. I'm not.
No.
Have no chance.
That's what I'm asking. Do you think that the 49ers have no chance of winning?
They have a chance. They made it there, and so
that chance, like, I guess, like you were saying, stopping Mahomes is pretty much like the winning solution. It's proven before. I mean, but on the other hand, you had the GOAT steering the way, making sure like things didn't go wrong.
Only man that's proven that he can beat him. I don't want to hear that. Oh, Joe Burrow beat. No, shut up. Joe Burrow ain't beat him when it counts. Except that one time he did to go to the Super Bowl. But you saw what he did when he beat him. But my point is, I think, like you said, I think the Niners defense is vulnerable, right? It's not like that ironclad defense that you used to. And look what Patrick Mahomes did to the statistically one of the best defenses in the last 15 years.
Historic defense.
Historic, right? Look what he did.
And also, and here's the thing too, you go down 24-3 to the Chiefs like you did against the Lions, and that's night. Y'all
Yeah,
not
brother,
coming
you
back.
can. I'm gonna be hitting up everybody I got to bet with. Yeah, just shine or
What'd you
yeah.
say? Cash App, Apple Pay,
Or
Venmo.
Apple Pay, man, no, no Venmo, but man, get me my
Yeah,
money.
nah. But I really want people to pay attention to that. I really believe Kyle Shanahan is going to come out extremely conservative, playing not to lose, as opposed to really trying to push the ball and use his creativity as an offensive play caller to win the game. I see them being extremely conservative. So yeah, that's how I feel about the situation going into the Super Bowl, as to why I lean towards the Chiefs to win this game.
Javier?
As far as how they would win,
Do you have any perception on how you foresee the Chiefs winning this game? What is your game script for the Super Bowl?
the Chiefs defense will be Cinderella. The 49ers the 49ers defense, they have been pretty much carrying this team as far as they've been carrying them. And I think Brock Purdy's little magic that he's having.
Cinderella story?
No, I think that's for the Chiefs because
No, I was saying I believe that I'm alluding to your point that Brock Purdy's Cinderella story is about to end.
Yeah, because I want to make just a small chime in on that point. You said the defense has been carrying them as far as the Niners. I think it's been the contrary. I think in the playoffs, Brock Purdy has been saving their ass, right? Because the Packers ran up and down the field on on San Francisco, and they were able to make that game way closer than a lot of people thought. And then, like with the Lions too, right? Lions haven't been scrubs all year. People know the Lions have been free if you actually watch football and you're not a casual. Like, you would definitely see that, hey, that 49ers defense is vulnerable. And the way the Chiefs have been running the ball and been dedicated to running the ball this year, they lucky Joe Thuney, they all-pro center, is hurt. Because I feel like if he really would have been healthy, I think that thing had a potential to maybe even get a little ugly. And you like, man, this over with no star wide receiver. Man, Kadarius Toney ain't playing this week. We gonna have a chance. We gonna have a chance.
I think the same thing the Chiefs can win. I think the 49ers can win. If they find a way to make their running schemes not necessarily not so, but if they can find a way to be dominant in their running game and be able to control the pace of the game, that's the only way I can see them winning. If they can find a way to be successful in their running game, it's not going to necessarily take Brock Purdy. I say that mainly because of just like, where you nodding at, Edward?
To what you just said, like the running game, bro, I refuse to believe the Chiefs are like not saying or coming into this game as a defensive strategy saying anybody but McCaffrey. Like I refuse to believe they not about to like load the box on McCaffrey and be like,
No,
use your arm, Brock Purdy.
No, you just praised Shannon, Kyle you
Kyle
just praised
Shanahan.
on like 7 games. You praise the coach for being able to draw up schemes. It don't necessarily mean through the air. Because you got Deebo Samuels, you got McCaffrey, then you got Mitchell, then who knows, you may be able to put Kittle in the mix.
Like Kittle for sure.
So I feel like maybe behind the line, maybe short passes. Like, I think the whole idea of him going out there and being a gunslinger, which is something he's technically not, which everybody expects him to be, is like you said, it's not. He doesn't need to be. And I think if Purdy stays away from like the media and is how people want him to be a quarterback to be, he'll be fine. Because at the end of the day, the real GOAT didn't really launch the ball left and right when he was time to be the guy. He was the ultimate game manager if you really think about it. Yes, he had sparks, he had greatness in him, but when it came down to winning, that's what Tom Brady did. He managed the hell out of it. He short pass, short pass, short pass, short pass. It's not an insult to him at all. It's just he wasn't out there like I'll only make this great pass for him to catch it in the right spot. It's like, no, dude, let's march. Let's march inch by inch, like foot by foot. So I'm looking at like short game and running is the only way I feel like they should be able to win. The moment they get in that idea of let's launch it or let's challenge on the field, that's gonna be that's gonna be the end of the 49ers chances.
So you would say more so like death by 1,000 paper cuts if they gonna win.
They have no other choice because
they're not gonna win off big plays and bombs.
They see one or two, but them going after big plays is the worst thing they can do for their team.
So here's another reason why I believe that the Chiefs is going to win. I tried to search for it today and I couldn't find it, but Cam Newton made reference to during his Super Bowl run, just the emotions of how long the season was, and just the Wayne Terry comes with playing a long season. Then you have to go through the media gauntlet that comes with the Super Bowl. He just talked about how he was just ready for it to all be over, just in terms of like the season, which gave off the sentiment of just how mentally taxing it was. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously after it, like, oh, great season, you're able to reflect. But when you in the heart of it, it's just like, yo, we got another game type deal, right? And I hope I can find that clip to insert it when I go back and like edit after we shoot. But when he said that, when I heard him say that, I instantly thought of Brock Purdy and how this is an entire new level of this is the highest it's gonna get. This is the greatest game you ever gonna play in your life. This is the highest level you can go in your career to play this game. And so I wonder also too, how mentally taxing has it been on Brock Purdy? Like, is Brock Purdy gonna come into this game like feeling refreshed or feeling like, oh, like I'm here, or is like the media gauntlet, having to something as small as how, if when the Patriots practice for the Super Bowl, they have a practice where they'll practice, then they'll take like a 45-minute to an hour break just to simulate how long like the halftime show is, and then they'll get back to practicing. So like those small intricate nuances, like I wonder like how are those going to affect the Brock Purdy, like when he's never been in this situation and been on this stage and having to prepare. And so I think about, that off the field intricacy as it relates to Brock Purdy. And it's just like, all right, this just ain't your typical Monday night, Sunday evening football game at 4:25. This ain't that. This ain't that no more. Like, this is the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different obligations, so on and so forth. And I wonder if that may take a toll on Brock Purdy's like mental and preparation for the football game. And then when you look at a veteran franchise who's been there the past 3 times, it's like we've been here, done that. And so I would say also to a slight degree, just in terms of the comfortability of having already been there a multitude of times, the Chiefs have a slight bit of, if you want to say, home field advantage. So yeah, that's another reason why I lean towards the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year. Do y'all have any particular score predictions that y'all want to put out there? Oh, also, well, this is one of my predictions. Brock Purdy is turning the ball over. That's a guarantee. Whether that be by fumble or by interception, he's turning the ball over in this Super Bowl.
Nah, he definitely gonna give us one. I think you got to think about it. McDuffie and Snead, all pro corners on both sides. So it's not a case where you can just pick on one and like, hey, we're gonna go out here with Ayuk manned up. All right, go run man. Playing right into what we want to do. Right. Yep. So and I just think these Spags, man, has that defense flying around. He's gonna move Chris Jones a along the defensive line. He's gonna get them to, find that mismatch. And I think, man, obviously he's not gonna line up over Trent. But I just think it'll be tough, man. I think people are gonna be surprised, and I can already see it. The social media comments, I can already hear people, man, they winning again. And y'all remember how it was when the Patriots was winning all them Super Bowls and people were tired of it. We coming up on that time, bro. You already see it. People are tired of the Chiefs for multiple reasons, not even having to do with football, just because they get so much coverage because, Kelsey and Taylor Swift have this manufactured relationship. For views and for sponsorship and for money for the NFL. This has added to the NFL's brand immensely, talking about over $250 million, which is insane to think about, just with her being just shown on, live telecasts and stuff like that. But, man, we living in Patrick Mahomes' world right now. He the new Brady. He going to get the Brady treatment. He going to get all the calls. So, Quan, if you listening to this, because I know we gonna gamble, and I know you want some of that. I'm with it. So whatever you trying to do, whatever you want to do, call me, beat me, let me know. It's up.
Added to Taylor Swift, the belief that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have a manufactured relationship that's not genuine. Here's what I'm predicting. And if this happens, do us a favor and send us up to an infinite amount of followers and listeners for our podcast, because this wouldn't be the first time that we predicted and told y'all something that was going to happen. All right. If we buy into the conspiracy that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's situation, relationship is manufactured for the media, propaganda, NFL, so on and so forth, a random thought that has nothing to do with nothing, but for them boys to come out and give Taylor Swift credit for like reviving the swag surf, it's like, wow. But
Score prediction 26-24 Chiefs.
26-24. Okay, Izzo, 26-24. If the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl, because right now, the trajectory that they're on, the camera flashing to Taylor Swift every time somebody from the Chiefs scores a touchdown or get an interception. Hold on, let me. The camera flashing to Taylor Swift every time somebody from the Chiefs makes a big play. The trajectory that they've been on and getting closer and closer to the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift streams and her winning album of the year at the Grammys, and just all of the Chiefs' success playing into the trajectory, sales, and listens and streams for Taylor Swift. If the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will break up in the offseason. Why? Because it no longer serves her. I guarantee that will be the case if the Chiefs do not win the Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday. And when that happens, I said this at 10:08 Eastern Time, February 6, 2024. If it happens, just shoot our followers and our streams and our listens for the podcast through the roof. Thank you kindly, beautiful people. But what you were saying on the over-under is on my bad.
Over-under, they cut to that motherfucker 10 times.
Yo, prize
over-under.
Get us.
How many line at 10? I'm smashing over.
Smashing.
You smashing over?
I think she gets 6
before.
Yeah, I think she gets 6 before halftime. She gonna get 6 before half. At least 2 during the pregame. At least 2 during the pregame.
I say
3 plus during pregame, and then I think before halftime we could be looking at potentially 7 camera cuts. And then
you know what? Hey,
here's
that's really, if you think about it, Izzo, that's really free, because if we anticipating the Chiefs to win, that's at least 20 camera cuts by itself if the Chiefs win and she on the field with Kelce.
I'm taking our phase.
Wait, no, we talking during the game, before the game? Because I'm
calling the entire production of the Super Bowl. 15.
done.
Whole from beginning to post game interviews. I say we set the over under at 15, 15 and a half, 15 and a half.
I'm going under.
Oh.
You going? I would go over. Dacious.
Over.
I'm going under. I want to put a little wager somewhere, quarter just bro, because the reason I'm not thinking like y'all totally wrong, like right, because I get y'all what y'all saying, but I felt like that was some regular season, let's squeeze as much as we can during the playoffs type of deal. But now that the NFL is at its biggest stage, I feel like they can give two shits about. Excuse me, they they're gonna have so much money coming from everywhere that they're not gonna need. But I'm not saying that they won't. I just say it's underpaid.
Not gonna need money.
No, they're gonna be where they get all their money coming in from every which way. Celebrities
Not
coming to the
gonna
game,
want
commercials.
money. I'm just,
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, but 10, I was like, I'll take the under, but 15, I'll definitely take the under. Because if the NFL do that, I'm like, yo, like, are y'all not the NFL?
It's happening. It's happening. And I'm definitely probably gonna have to record the game
Right,
just to be able to go back and watch how many Taylor
You gonna have
Swift
to tally.
cuts we got.
Yeah, that was another.
Do you know Simpson and Tony Romo were together?
Say
I
that
mean,
again.
How many times they zoomed in on like no.
oh yeah, when Romo was dating Simpson, is he still? Are they?
No, that's been
No.
that was
Yeah. He got like a wife or whatever, right? And kids, I'm sure he does.
Mhm.
Horrible question. Cowboys fan could have corrected me, but he didn't. Maybe because he doesn't have pride in his organization. But we'll keep moving
We
on.
don't give a damn about their life. We just care about how they play.
Yeah, okay.
And they don't play very well, so we don't care about none of it right now.
And how's that been working out for you guys the last 30 years?
Better than the Texans.
Sir, we have not been in existence for 30 years, so let's
Exactly. See,
let's
that's by
try
default. That's by
Let's try
default.
again.
Good answer. Next question.
Who has a
Chiefs
better
for Jesus.
quarterback in Texas?
Kyler Murray.
All right, so Patrick Mahomes.
Delusional Cowboys fan. Go ahead, Edward.
Question, and forgive me for not putting this on the rundown, but it was in my mind. I just didn't put it in the rundown. Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl. He will not be at 3, with still a lot left to go in his football career. Tom Brady has 7. If you say Patrick Mahomes doesn't have to get 7 Super Bowls in order to be deemed better than Tom Brady, how many do you feel like he needs in order to surpass Tom Brady? If you're not counting the rings and you're just trying to obviously count the rings and the full body of work.
I think he's gonna need at least 5. I think he's gonna need at least 5. And I say 5 because 5 would put him past Montana. Because I think he's gonna have individually better numbers than Montana. His best individual season doesn't even compare to Patrick Mahomes' best season thus far. So if you just go by statistics and individual stats, Patrick Mahomes is going to surpass Montana. So I think what he's going to need in order to go into that Brady conversation is to have 5. I don't even think he needs 5 for real. If he gets to 4 with the numbers he's putting up, I don't know why them faces being made, but if he get to 4 or 5, bro, it's gonna be legitimate discussion that he is the GOAT. Because they're gonna give Tom Brady that Bill Russell treatment. And what I mean by that is you'll be great, you'll be a Hall of Famer. Will you be the GOAT? Will you be the greatest? Because Patrick Mahomes is gonna have that physical talent piece of it. That component of it is he's always gonna be better than Brady from that vantage point. Again, just a purely physical characteristic traits. I'm faster, stronger, more arm talent than Brady, that type vibe. He's going to be better than Brady in regards to that. But Brady has a better career, more accomplishments, more Super Bowls. You see where I'm going with this? It may turn into the Bill Russell treatment down the line, but Tom Brady has some individual stats that kind of low-key don't really rival anyone. So it'll be a hard pull, but he's going to need at least 4 to 5 to legitimately have the argument. Man, Mahomes better than Brady. Only thing Brady will have over Mahomes is the head-to-head matchups they actually got to play each other, which a lot of the greats that they cross eras or they don't cross eras at all. So we never really know. We played a what-if game. We saw Brady, even in his old age,
Yeah, be the guy.
he beat the dude, and that does count for something.
Oh, Black Peace, I see you seem like you're grinding some gears over there in your mental. What's your thoughts?
Right.
Thinking in depth, taking the question, very deep. I feel like, in my opinion, to be needs to have a okay, guys.
Yo.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yes, you did. You definitely
No, I
did.
didn't. So like,
I didn't even say nothing. I wasn't gonna say anything, but then
no,
you
I
were just
swear,
like,
I didn't connect it. I brought it up here, and I was like,
But I was like, I'm gonna let this one go because it was like, all right, we've been. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes needs to be able to go to the show without another superstar next to him on the offensive side.
you know you don't get there by yourself, right?
That is, well, ask Tom Brady that. A couple times on the offensive side, he has been the guy. There hasn't been not been a next to like combo guy every single.
He's had Hall of Famers on his defense.
That's fine. That's exactly what I said. That's perfectly fine. That's fine. But on the offensive, for you to carry your offense by yourself, be the main guy, nobody else is looking for nobody else, just you. That's what I think it'll take. It don't matter about
And Brady.
Patrick Mahomes. You are the guy that everybody's worried about only, not Travis,
I'm,
not or anybody else. That's how I feel.
I think we're seeing a variation of that now because I think we live in a world and we live in a time to where the league, I don't think you're ever going to see a team as poorly put together offensively as those Patriots teams. One, because the Chiefs actually love Patrick Mahomes and care about him, as opposed to the cold, callous Patriot way of Bill Belichick. His wise ass don't got a job now. But I'm just saying, like,
We'll praise Tom Brady for working with what he has and with low.
That was a narrative for Tom Brady once upon a time in his career, and what contributed to him being the GOAT is that Tom Brady don't need much.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, he doesn't need much at all. Yeah.
However, on the flip side to that, if you're trying to argue for Patrick Mahomes, people said Patrick Mahomes wasn't going to be nothing once Tyreek Hill left, and what has happened since then?
To have your Pro star right in, like
prior to the 7th championship, when Brady won the 6th, the league was changing then. That last one he won before they went up against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, right? The league was turning the page offensively then to where, all right, Brady, you ain't gonna be able to keep winning Super Bowls with Chris fucking Hogan. Eventually, you're gonna have to move teams, and Brady saw that too. So credit to Brady for knowing the landscape of the league, seeing where it's going, because just being good right now in the league will get you Drew Gooden. But obviously, Patrick Mahomes won't Jordan numbers LeBron put in. Shout out to Cole. That was a whole anyway.
You want to play with Tim Duncan or Carlos Bruce?
Hey, shout out to South. It's as simple as that, though, because I just think we're never gonna see that, and I respect what you're saying.
So I hate to say this because I love the greatness that is Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he catches up with him. I think this sets him up for forever Jordan and Kobe conversation.
Jordan and LeBron, you mean?
Facts. I totally agree
I
with
don't.
that.
You see, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because before LeBron, I had to have that conversation. And then eventually I had the LeBron conversation when he came in, and he had to come in and then become LeBron for us to bring him in that conversation. But before, the only conversation we were having was Jordan and Kobe. So in that aspect, and with,
Were
I
we
think,
though?
yeah, I mean, that was the only thing we was talking about. We was talking about Kobe and Jordan. We weren't talking about LeBron because, I mean, this is 01, 02.
Well, no, I'm gonna say, I'm even after even after Kobe won his third championship, bro.
No, this
I
is before.
love Kobe. I'm a huge Kobe fan. I'm saying though, that was around Kobe won his third championship, bro, in like 02. So this is fairly early. LeBron got in the league 03. So I'm saying when that happened, Kobe Bryant wasn't considered even the best player on his team. He wasn't in the GOAT discussion even after he won his third title, bro.
But
He was not. No finals MVP, no regular season MVP yet. How you in
It
a
was,
GOAT discussion yet?
that wasn't a GOAT discussion. It was more of a player comparison more than
I
anything
mean, yeah,
else.
you're gonna get the player comparison just because the stylistically,
That's
they
what
play.
I'm trying to get at. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I knew that
so
at the time, that's what the main thing people did around that time was compare the two, but not compare their greatness. Just compare like, oh, he could be the next Jordan, but saying that he is the next, he is Jordan or who's better. That that conversation kind of wasn't being taken place at the time. It was just more like, oh, is he the next Jordan? Which people kind of can argue technically yes and no.
Uh, so we touched on the Taylor Swift. We touched on the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, manufactured situation, conspiracy. What, or do y'all feel that it's quite ironic and conspiring that
Mm.
Killer Mike got escorted out of the Grammys after winning the Best Rap Album of the Year, Best Rap Song, and Best Rap Performance with the Sweet? Do y'all find it mighty conspiring that he was escorted out of the Grammys in handcuffs after winning those 3 Grammy Awards?
4 nigga, 5 nigga, heel figure, shit, nigga, still
This
nigga.
nigga, bro, that's all I thought about yesterday. I swear. And then I seen JC's speech, and then I seen Killer, and I was just like, still nigga.
Come on, man. So they were just making they were making a statement, man. Okay, you win a Grammy tonight, but you gonna leave out of here in handcuffs, and you will be seen as the nigger, hard ER that we think you are, and that's gonna be that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a bit of like a misunderstanding gone wrong. No, not like, oh, it's an excuse. It was just like, nah, homeboy was happy. Homeboy was super happy. He felt untouchable. Now, what he could have done to get him in that position, he may not have been thinking too hard about because he's like, bro, I won my Grammy. This is an matched feeling right now. So it probably was just something to where it was just, hey man, calm down. No, I'm not calming down. You want a damn Grammy. What the hell you mean calm down? Tell your mama to calm. So I think it was more on that kind of thing, just a misunderstanding of just like this man is celebrating something he worked his whole entire career, dreamed about as a child. He finally achieved it. And, being where he came from, I feel like he just got overly emotional and things just may have gotten out of hand. That's what I mean. I don't think it was nothing more than that.
Nah, what happened was, bro, he had some misdemeanors pending already from prior case, and he just got picked up, and they just decided to pick him up
Oh,
at the Grammys. Yeah,
excuse
that's what that was. They like, hold on, yeah, the Grammys. Yeah, let's wait till he get all the way there, get in his suit and stuff, and then we'll go get him. Yeah,
Oh, well,
that's what that was.
that's how that's how they get you though. Well, when you put it like that, it is how they get you. You can ask Boosie
Yeah,
about it.
one of the greatest nights of your life. Yeah, nigga, you going to jail.
That's how they get you.
Hey, buddy. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and take you today. Hey, wait, listen at me. If you ever been arrested, you know those words coming. You're screwed. Or if you hear, hang tight, bud.
So we haven't heard
You're
any more news as to why he would have been escorted out.
I just said it.
Because he black?
No, prior
No,
warrant.
nigga, I said he had prior warrants for misdemeanor, and they decided to take him then.
This is
They
what
had been knew about this.
But that's just the way the law works in general. They will do that to you. They know you about to be somewhere, especially if you're a public figure. They will pop up on you and ruin your day. So I mean, conspiracy, not so much, but some whole shit for sure. Definitely some whole shit.
this article on CNN, don't know how accurate it is, says that the department said Killer Mike was detained and handcuffed for a physical altercation that took place in the 700 block of Chick Hearn Court, which is adjacent to the Crypto.com arena where the Grammys were held Sunday before being placed under arrest and taken to the LAPD Central Division. The 48-year-old was in the process of being released as of Sunday evening local time, according to the department. This is Killer Mike. There was, quote, there was some confusion around which door my team and I entered, Killer Mike said in a statement Monday. We experienced an overzealous security guard. And so, I don't know. That's like, yeah.
It was something else. And somebody put their hands on somebody.
Yeah.
And then somebody reached and somebody else teeth.
I want to press charges. Type, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's a quick excerpt from CNN. But yeah, man. Go
and
ahead.
that was before the Grammys, right? A little small misdemeanor before the Grammys. You're trying to enter.
It appears that
they took a wrong turn somewhere and ended up in a door where they shouldn't. Security got on their ass, and then I'm assuming it got a little physical, battery, assault, maybe, or something like that. Well, I don't know, because battery is definitely a misdemeanor.
I feel like this situation, I feel like it all took place the same day. I don't think it was prior. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm saying like earlier in the day.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, because how it's obviously posted on social media, you'll think like something had happened right after he got the awards. It's like, man, what happened? He just won 3 awards. Like, what's going on? But yeah, man, still triple salute. Had pun intended, triple salute to Killer Mike for the 3 Grammy Awards that he won. Killer Mike being 48 years old, man, been rapping a hell of a long time. I was saying this, that like I feel like he had the album of the year, and encouraging people to go listen to his album, because that's all I was listening to this past summer. Is his album, Michael. Great album. Go check it out if you haven't already. Yeah, and what do y'all think? What do y'all think is too? Do y'all also feel that it's kind of conspiratory for them to not be televising when the rappers get their awards?
Just racism at its finest, in my opinion. I'm not even the person to throw around the race card, but in my opinion, for such a popular art not to be publicized and not to be like put on the public view to everybody to appreciate, this is pure racism, man. There's no way around it.
Right on, man. Thankful that Killer Mike was released, and those 3 Grammys ain't going nowhere. And again, keep listening to Michael if you haven't already been listening to it. NBA.
It's just a little quick side note. Reason why I say is the main fact that commercials, advertisements, they're using hip hop and old hip hop. People they sell their royalties, and just knowing how common it is in our culture, and forget our culture, and just in just the world. You know, like, and for them not to acknowledge it, that's sad. It's a slap in the face of the hip hop community / black community / the the minority community in general. So there's that.
Yeah. It kind of screams, it does not matter how big you niggas get.
You'll never get the recognition you deserve.
Still nigga.
Still nigga.
Hey, so we're gonna wrap up the show. And normally I say this at the end, but it's definitely fitting to say now. Thus far, this has been a great episode. But we're gonna wrap up the show with giving our basketball listeners some love out there. It's Super Bowl. We got to talk about the Super Bowl. Got to talk about the Super Bowl. But this, up until I guess the draft or whatever, we're about to obviously with the NFL coming to a close, probably going to pick up on more heavy NBA content as the NFL gets ready to just transition into the offseason. So to wrap up the show, Joel Embiid having surgery on his knee. Before that, it was questionable about how he was going to manage his injuries in terms of trying to meet the quota of a minimum of playing in 65 games to obtain the MVP as well as the first team All-NBA awards. Doesn't look like that's going to happen with Joel Embiid having to get this surgery. It looks likely that he's not going to meet the quota of playing 65 games. So with that, and Embiid unfortunately likely not being in the running for the MVP award at the end of the season, who would be y'all MVP that y'all would like to see win the award if Embiid can't get it? Or who do y'all feel is most deserving for it if Embiid can't get it at the end of this year?
Right now,
if you had to pick today, who would be Embiid's? I don't want to even say that because if Embiid can't win it, he can't win it. Who is your MVP if Embiid can't win it?
Luka.
Luka Brasi?
Yep.
I'd probably say Shea Alexander, to be honest.
who?
Shay.
Shea Alexander.
You would like to see him win, or you think he may?
Distant out of the bunch. Granted,
Gotcha.
they a lot of the Candace Vag games, but he's consistently putting up close to 30 points, if not 30 points.
Yeah.
I just watched Luka have a 30-point triple-double at halftime.
Which is it's
A couple times I feel like
you can't spend a single night. Like, granted, some nights is going to be more special than others. With Shea, I like the consistency to where, okay, every game you're going to put up almost 30.
Luka ain't been consistent. His taco is at 28.5, and people considered that a discount. I took it.
No, that's true. I understand.
I seen that today too. I was just like, yo.
I understand what you're saying.
Bro,
I guess
some people's regular line don't ever get to 28.5. This nigga discounted line was at 28.5, and he got it with ease. I'm just making a point. I'm just being devil's advocate. But I just think Luka, been in the league, he's gonna get the tenured votes as far as that's concerned. He's a media darling. And then he's made it work with Kyrie. I think the supporting cast has gotten a little better. Derek Lively is an upgrade from sorry Dwight Powell. I hate Dwight Powell. Don't play more. He was a walking under on Prize Picks. If you know, you know.
Shout out to D Powell, man. That boy got us paid, man.
We gotta go find another one of them.
We're gonna find one for the playoffs. Don't worry, we'll find somebody. Dwight Powell, damn Nick Nurse that gave Embiid the answers to the test. Like, man, bro, we're gonna have to find somebody for the playoffs.
Shout out to Nick Nurse.
I gotta answer. Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, I think it's something to Nick Nurse knowing how to shut down superstar players, bro. When the Mavs just played the Sixers, even though the Sixers were undermanned, Luka didn't get his normal 30 points and 10 boards and 8 assists. It looked more so like 28, 8, and 7, which is still freaking insane. But
that's an off night for Luka. That's an off night for Luka.
It's an off night for him. So I was just like, man, shout out to Nick Nurse, bro. He really, he knows something. I don't know what he knows, but he knows it.
So I want to give an off the wall answer, and I want to give a real answer. Just off the cuff, I want to say LeBron James.
I ain't never mad at that. I feel like Brian got robbed
Right.
about 3 or
I had
4
to do that for all
MVPs.
his haters out there. I had to let them know where we stand at respect the game. But anyway, if I'm being totally honest, I think he was robbed last year. Nikola Jokic. Besides Luka Doncic, there's nobody playing better in my mind. Giannis always got Nikola like right there. Like it's just like a year or two, Giannis will kind of and then they'll kind of like even out again. But besides Luka and Giannis, I feel like he's playing the best basketball that I see in the NBA right now.
To that, Sedacious, the only thing I side with Darnell in terms of going with Shea, and I agree with you in the sense that having like that narrative and that story around you, and or being a media darling like Luka like has that, right? Shea low, a small market, so how many games do y'all get televised? You know what I'm saying? It would appear when they play the Spurs, it's less about Shea and more about Chet and Wemby going up against each other, right? But I won't even say Shea is efficient because I don't want that to come off as if Luka not efficient. They're both equally efficient. Right now, Luka averaging 34 a game, Shea averaging 31 a game. Where I would edge Shea out over Luka is that right now the Thunder are 1 seed, so I will reward winning. Mavs, they AC, so they would be like in that playoff, they play in tournament type of position. And I think a part of having the stats, the numbers, the media darling, so on and so forth, I think what should hold the most weight is like, what I'm saying, like how are you being able to like lead your team, to wins. And so I think being in that 1 seed and still being a hell of a prolific scorer, just as much as Luka is, I would edge out to give Shea the MVP over Luka in that regard because he's winning more than Luka. So yeah. Question. Sedacious, you are a Jason Tatum fan. Why don't you think Jason Tatum is in this MVP conversation?
Like, are you trolling me or?
I'm not because like you gave your 2 and you didn't say Jason Tatum. So like why, like, what I'm saying? Like why wouldn't you put him in this MVP conversation?
I wouldn't take Jason Tatum in the MVP race. I wouldn't take Jason Tatum over the person that I previously said. So until Jason Tatum shows me that, he's getting where my mark is for Jason Tatum, and he is yet to hit it. And so until he gets
which
there,
is the championship.
No, the Kobe status. I don't care about championships, bro.
The mentality.
Well, where's the Kobe status if we don't care about championships? Wait a minute, time out.
No, I don't care because he came in like, I'm going to be like Kobe. You know what I mean? And he ain't say young Kobe. He was really talking about the Black Mamba. And I don't see no Black Mamba nowhere yet. I'm still rooting, still hoping that it shows itself. But for right now, I guess it's still
people talk about killer
player.
mentality and wanting players to have it. For as much as Tatum talk about Kobe, you don't play like him. Go call for the ball the last 5 minutes of the game. Go clear out one half of the court and be like, let me go to work. Mid-range, back to the basket, just going to go get you and go do you. I don't see that from you. You still playing within the system. I done seen Jason Tatum at the end of the clock pass a ball to Marcus Smart with a second and a half left. I'm like,
bro, it's like 3, 2.
Him? This who y'all said coming behind Cole?
Which is Isaac, is this your king?
I was just going to say that.
Bro, LeBron been doing that since been doing that. So if it come down to the wire, we still need him to shoot it.
Let me find out Tatum a make the right play ass nigga. Man,
bro, come on, man. That's been LeBron's makeup and DNA. So if he passes it and that person missed the shot, it'll be like, LeBron, now you're gonna do that playmaker shit now, bro. right? And Jason Tatum, you ain't nowhere near Bron. So and that's the pass that we give him because he's always been doing that, and they got him 4 chips, 3 chips.
I give
4
40%
chips.
success to the coaching right now. Because before this, he was more of a dog than he was before. Right now, he's not a dog.
I
right
believe that Joe Mazzulla system that ain't really a system is just freelance offense with no defense. I don't know what the that is, but
They missing Ime Udoka.
It is garbage. Like, granted, like you shouldn't take your coach to have to tell you to take over, but you know, a good coach will be able to put you in that direction and be like, all right, now 6 minutes left, fourth quarter, we down by 6. You know what to do. Let's not even break
go
down.
to work.
Exactly.
I don't care about a play that was called. Wave it off. Let's get you.
Take care of business. Visualize the mixed matches and execute.
Yeah, man. Beautiful people. Man, this is an absolutely phenomenal episode. We want to take out the time to say thank you to everybody and their mama for liking our content, commenting on the videos, engaging with us, or genuinely appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. We are going to be overly consistent and continuing to drop hot fire content for y'all to listen to, get y'all through work, get y'all through the day. Yeah, man. Drop your Super Bowl picks down in the chat. Drop your who you got winning the Super Bowl. Give us your MVP. Drop the score if you want to. Put the script in there. You know, let's see what you know too, man. We love you, beautiful people, and we will see you next week.